last week's episode, Jason gave us a strange look. Missy showed her fascination for wine. We also measured out some salt. Missy showed turkey is important. We also had spaghetti squash and meatballs, and Nathan had his famous subscribe pillow. Let's get started with episode 14. Hey! What's up? It's Live REPO here. Welcome back for episode 14. And today, we're going to be doing something super cool. I haven't done it before. I'm actually going to be picking up a friend of mine. His name's Ryan. He's actually lost over 35 pounds in the last 3.5 months. Whoa. And I know a lot of times I talked about my weight loss journey, but this is a journey for so many that I thought we'd spend today's episode talking to somebody else about what he's going through in the very beginning of his journey. So we're going to go interview him now. Stay put, stay tuned. Let's go find Ryan. And once we find him, we'll get started with the interview. Oh, there's Ryan. Hey!
What are you doing here?
Hey, good to see you, man. Get on
brother.
in. Yeah.
Man.
Funny I found you here, right?
Is this comedians in cars? What's
Yes.
going on?
This is an official Live REPO episode, and we're starting right. What's up, guys? All right, so we got Ryan in the car finally, so I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, yeah.
And we've done a lot of talking so far, almost 13 episodes about my weight loss journey, what I've done, and enough about me for today. I wanted to make this about somebody else, and let me kind of just set the stage with you a little bit. So Ryan has been on a journey to change his life, and I'm going to let him tell you what's going on. But he has been extremely focused, and he's been doing an excellent job at really trying to get healthy, get back on track. So I thought we'd talk to him today to get some insight from somebody else.
Yeah, man. I'm Ryan Houston. I've known Jason for a little while now. Ultimately, I've been a big guy my whole life. Always been the big kid, always picked on, always made fun of. Just was a way of life for me, man. I always knew that's what it was going to be, how I was going to have to live until I had kids. And my kids changed everything. As soon as I realized that I wanted to do stuff with these kids and I wanted to be able to go to amusement parks and roller coasters and not tell my son no, that's when everything changed for me.
But this time, you've actually really been able to stay with it now for over 3 months. What do you think, in your perspective, what is it that has allowed you to really stay on point where in the past you haven't been able to?
There's been a couple things. A few things that really hit home for me this time was I got some advice early on from one of my friends who's a dietitian, and I asked her, she's seen people come in and come out multiple times going through this journey of trying to lose weight and failing, falling off the block and gaining all that weight back, myself included, obviously.
Right.
And I asked her, I said, what's something physically that I could do that's something that I can maintain and stay with? And she said, really? Eat 6 times a day. Eat 6 times a day. I know it sounds crazy. I know it's going to be hard, but you eat 6 times a day. I was like, okay, I'll give that a try. First week, sucked. Blew it. I ate 6 times, but I ate terrible food. Didn't even care about calories. Was just trying to get into the rhythm of eating 6 times a day. And then I got another piece of advice from a great friend, actually, this guy right here. And he told me, you know what? You have to eat food that you like, but you have to eat healthy food that you like. So I found out that I'm not going to do this eating celery sticks every day because I hate freaking celery sticks, right? Yeah. So that was my mistake in the past. I would try to get on these healthy kicks and try to eat all this food that I knew was healthy, right? Celery, lettuce, and salad every day. Don't get me wrong, a good salad's a good salad.
Sounds delicious.
Absolutely. But what I found is you got to make the small little steps and the small little choices of something that you can repeatedly do. So really those were the things that helped me understand this time it's different. These are little steps that I could take, little pieces of advice that I got along the way that is helping me stick with it for the 3 months that I've been doing.
One thing you mentioned that really stood out to me is we. And something that I noticed is that obviously when you're trying to lose weight, you have to have the family on board.
Absolutely.
Because you can do it great when you're at work, come home, and if the family's eating terrible food, it's not that you can't go out and get your own stuff, but it certainly is a lot more complicated. So talk to us about kind of your family dynamic. How's that changed since you've got on board?
So to be honest, I was always the downfall of the family. Okay. I was always the one who brought in the unhealthy food and had the junk food and all the snacks, and then I would notice my wife and my kids start eating the food that I brought home, right? Now when I prepare my meals, the meals that I eat every day at home, I'm also preparing some for her to take to work because we're on opposite schedules. So she's taking those meals for her, having healthy options at work, and I get to eat those healthy meals at home. So I figured, get myself right, I could also get them right in the process.
Yeah. And I don't know if you know this, but Ryan is a very tall human being.
6'7".
Yeah, he's 6'7", so he is a very tall guy. And Ryan, if you don't mind sharing, just like at your heaviest, what was your heaviest weight? Mine was 425. What was yours?
I stepped on the scale one day and 432 registered, and I was like, whoa, I never thought I'd get to be this size. Actually, I remember when I was big, I've always been big, and I remember telling myself, if I ever get to 310, it's over. I'm done. I don't want to be there. If I ever get there, it's over. So when I looked down and I saw 432,
missed the exit. Yeah.
I was like, well, 310 was 3 years ago. This is great.
So 3 months, about 3 months, 3.5 months in, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So my question for you is this. Tell me, is there a particular time in this last 3.5 months that you've been tested? What I mean is and it's, you know, probably daily, but something significant to where you felt like this is a true test of my willpower and because this is a stepping off point in the past.
Oh yeah. So think about this. The last 3.5 months, what did we have? We had Thanksgiving, we had Christmas, and we had New Year's, right? So 3 major holidays where you're spending time with family, you're eating almost constantly all day, or at least that's how I used to be. And realizing that that was the pattern that I set up for myself when I first walked into those holidays and those gatherings with my family.
And the struggle is all the time.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. I mean, my family, being well-intentioned, right? I let them know initially what I was doing, what my goals were, what I was trying to accomplish, and they were on board for that. But then the pies roll out, right? And they're like, oh, well, it's Christmas. You can indulge with one small piece of pie. So really just helping my family to understand, look, guys, I want to be around for the long haul for you. I want you guys to experience the fun stuff that I want to experience. And if that piece of pie is going to hinder me from doing that, I'm not going to do it. You have food, right? I'm in places where it could easily destroy all the progress that I've made. But being able to make those healthier options has been something that it's a muscle that I've been working on over these last 3 months.
Talk to me about what your goals are now, and maybe some that you set in the beginning. And if you hit those goals, and then maybe what your long-term goals are, because I think they're so critical, and I think it'd be great for folks to hear kind of what yours are.
Setting short-term goals that you could actually achieve in a short amount of time, because that's built-in motivation for you to achieve a long-term goal. So for me, starting at 432, my short-term goal was to eat 6 meals a day. It wasn't anything physical. It wasn't a weight goal. It wasn't anything like that, but it was teaching my body and teaching myself, building a habit of preparing, packing, and eating 6 smaller meals a day. And I did that that was a goal that I had. I wanted to do it consistently for about 3 weeks. Once I did it for 3 weeks, it started to become more of a habit. I felt that goal was something that I accomplished. The next goal that I had, obviously, was a weight goal, right? I didn't want to be 432 pounds anymore. I didn't want to see a 4 anywhere at the beginning of my numbers.
Just wanted to leave that. Right? I've been there.
I wanted to leave that realm behind and not have to worry about that anymore. So my first goal was simple: drop 32 pounds and get sub 400. It wasn't even I need to lose 32 pounds. It's just I want to be under 400 pounds. Right? And I am happy to say I have accomplished that.
Oh, that's outstanding.
I'm at 396 as of this morning. So I made that short-term goal. So my next goal, right, obviously continue with the eating,
Right.
but my next goal is 50 total pounds lost. And that's what I'm working towards now. Once I get to that 50 total pounds lost, I'll get to celebrate another accomplishment, get that intrinsic motivation,
Yep.
and push myself to my long-term goal, which is getting back down to 275.
Talk to me about, because I know I have my own personal story with this. It took a toll not just on me, but it took a toll on my family and the people around me emotionally, and they worried.
One of the things really for me that I've noticed on that aspect was my wife would always have these subtle hints, so to speak, of, hey, you should go for a walk, or hey, why don't you play with the kids more? And I asked her one day, I said, honey, what's going on here? And she said, look, I don't want their kids to grow up without a father.
Yeah.
And when you get told that from somebody that you're spending your life with, somebody that you love, it's one of those things, like you said, that's it's hard to deal with.
Yeah.
And it really makes you think, how could I do this to my kids? How could I let them grow up without a father? How could I let them go through some of the things that I know would come from that?
All right, guys, so that concludes today's episode. Ryan, thanks again for being on the show. Really
Absolutely.
appreciate that. And I'd love to hear about your weight loss journey. So put that in the comments below, and I'll make sure to reach out to you and talk to you about that. But otherwise, the big thing is this is a journey for everybody. Everybody's at a different spot, as you saw today. Remember, it's your life. Take it back.
Life Repo, out.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today for episode 14. Also, special shout out to Ryan for sharing your journey with us and what you've been going through. We're excited to see as this journey continues, and we'll touch base with you down the road again. Also, don't forget to tune in next week. I'm going to be sharing my fit test results that I've had over the last year every quarter and showing you the importance of what those do, how they work, and why they're different than looking at a scale all the time. So you are not going to want to miss next week's episode. Also, please, please, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We're only 5 subscribers. That's right, 5 subscribers away from hitting 200 as of today, and we are almost there. It also lets me know that I'm doing a good job. If you haven't subscribed yet, take a quick second and please hit that subscribe button. Also, like this video if you found value in it, and hit that notification bell. That way when my new episodes come out every Monday, you get notified first thing. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget, it's your life. Take it back.